How you do? It is that time of the month again, which can only mean one thing. It is time for the next Abominable Book Club Box opening. Dun dun dun. But not only are you getting an unboxing of this month's Abominable Book Club book box, but you are also going to get, if you stick around till the end, I'm going to be reviewing some past book club books. So I'm going to be reviewing Dear Laura by Gemma Moore, and I'm also going to be reviewing Tender is the Flesh by Augustina, Baztereka, both books of which I have read. Shocker. And I have some things to tell you about. So I recommend sticking around to the end. Let's get into this bad boy. This was actually delivered today, so shout out to the post person. I know you'll be watching, so hi, and thank you for being an awesome post person. We appreciate it. So let's tuck in. This is, as always, this is the top box, the one that gets all the gubbins. So let's see what's in it. I'm looking at it, but there is nothing really to tell me anything. I can just see packages. So I will leave this till last, but this is our pre-loved book, as you can see, with the lovely wax seal, actually sealed this time, and then all the blood. Let's dive in. The first thing I can see, and I'm just going to pick up, is the snack, and this month's snack is cream tea chocolate. Now, if this is anything like the hot cross bun chocolate, which was absolutely sensational and really tastes like hot cross buns, me and Emma are going to really enjoy this. But this is luxury handmade chocolate sourced from sustainably grown cocoa. The company is Kernow Chocolate, so lovely bit of chocolate there. I'm not going to eat it on air, it's chocolate. I might open it though so you can see what it looks like. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so Kernow is obviously the actual name of Cornwall in Cornish, so that's where it's come from. And this is what the bar looks like. Now you're going to get some glare off the plastic, but you can see nice patterned chocus. And then you've got your bits and bobs in the back. So looking forward to cracking into that. And I suppose we should really do the teas and drinks next. So as usual, we've got the lovely stripy bag and the teeth sticker. This month, I've not destroyed the bag, so the teas can go back in there in a minute. Brilliant stuff. So first of all, we've got a Sam tea. Can't remember the last time I tried this. Probably going to enjoy it. I'm in a real sort of hot drink zone at the moment at work, so this will be definitely for me. We've also got Twinings strawberry and raspberry. It's not the raspberry and pomegranate one, but it's something similar, so I'm sure we can get on board with that. Orlix. I don't think I've actually drunk the last one yet, so this is building up a little bit. The unsweetened cappuccino, and then we've got the coffee bag, which I have to say, really appreciated every now and then over the last few months because it's just easier when I've run out of coffee in the pot. Thanks for that. So that's the drinks for this month. Very, very exciting. Okay, so I'm going for the bookmarks next because they are close to hand. And we have the Abominable Book Club bookmark, which is the Spookmark series, which has a short story on the back. So this is Spookmark 8. I still haven't read any of these yet, to be honest. I'm using them as bookmarks, but I've not read the backs of any of them, so I probably should. So the second one is this Accursed Library bookmark, which has facts about Amanus, and then has brother Amanus Usef on the back, a little spooky picture of him, and then some details about him. So that's the second bookmark. Okay, so I'm having a bit of a rummage now. Whoa, now this is neat. So we obviously got that Future Ghost pin last time, which was really cool. This time we've got this, which is the Abominable Book Club logo pin, which is so good. There's some real weight to this as well. I'm loving this. Loving this. What a touch. That is a lovely pin badge. Cool. So that's the logo pin badge. Really nice. And we have a book. Exciting. So we have The Others, which is obviously a new book by Sarah Blau. Lovely tagline up there. They would rather die than become mothers. Creepy. We've got the quotes on the back. It is one of these ones with the sort of pretend dust cover on it, which I quite like these, to be honest. So there's the author. There's Sarah Blau herself. This is fresh and new. Let me read you the blurb. A serial killer is on the loose in Tel Aviv. Each victim is found tied to a chair with a baby doll glued to their hands. The word mother carved into their foreheads like a mark of Cain. Stowed away between the wax figurines of the Bible Museum where she works, Sheila Heller suspects that she alone knows the connection between the victims. The killings seem to be linked by a pact their group all made at university to never have children. What Sheila doesn't know is who is committing these gruesome acts of ritualistic violence and whether she herself might be next. Okay, so probably not that supernatural, but in the sort of thriller slasher vein. It's got baby dolls in it. Great. But yep, nice, reasonable size. This one might be one that I read shortly to give you a bit of a review of. This is The Others by Sarah Blau. There is something else in here as well, which is very exciting. And it's a sticker. That's cool. We haven't had stickers before. Well, I haven't had stickers before. I'm sure they've done stickers in the history of Abominable Book Club boxes, but I haven't personally had one. And this sticker is very cool. This will end up with no doubt on Emma's laptop, so she'll be very excited about this. And it is a ghost pulling a cart of bones. You know, for the previous last 2 boxes, we've had 2 books, 2 new books, and a pre-loved one. This is what we normally get. So this is Black Static, which is an anthology collection of short stories that they put out. It's obviously bumpered up a little bit because I got the impression that this was a magazine, whereas this is like a full-on book. So this is volume 78 and 79. It's got new fiction by Neil Williamson, Tyler Keevil, Zandra Rennick, Ashley Stokes, and various other people, Joe Kaplan, Mike Buckley, and the cover art is by Richard Wagner. So that's the back there. That is looking very cool, right? That is a cool picture. So yeah, Black Static. This is a double issue, and this is full of short stories. That is seriously cool. I'm looking forward to digging into this. This is where my brain capacity lies, in stories that are short and easy to read. So thank you, Abominable Book Club, for giving me the opportunity to read a book that doesn't require lots and lots of concentration. Okay, last, but by no means least, is the tome from the accursed library. The pre-loved book. I definitely can't do this voice for much longer without coughing. Should we tear into this and see what's in it? This is beautifully done. I love the fact that I've actually got a wax seal where it should be. Dentist, if you are watching, I am sorry. I am very excited by this. I'm not even going to look at it. I'm going to show you first. Ooh, okay. I see an axe. I see a candle. I see an axe with no handle. No, the axe has a handle. There's just no hand. So this is a ghost serial killer, I'm guessing. It's by Richard Lamont. It's called Beware. Let's find out. So this has got quotes from Stephen King and Dean Koontz on the back, which, you know, if you are in this genre and you are wanting some quotes, they're 2 pretty good authors to have written on the back of it. Should we read the back? I think we should. The supermarket shouldn't have been shut. It wasn't normal for Elsie to quit early, but then it wasn't normal for a meat cleaver to fly through the air by itself. Or for a guard dog locked in overnight to end up like hamburger meat. Or for Elsie herself to feature on the butcher's slab, neatly wrapped and jointed. There's weird things happen in the town of Oasis, and certain folks, like hotshot local reporter Lacey Allen, had better beware. Okay, that just sounds crazy, doesn't it? Like, it's one thing for something to go flying across the air, but when a dog gets cut up, and then when the person they're talking about is also chopped up, what is going on? So this is my pre-loved book. Okay, so this was written in the 80s, published in 1994. He's obviously got a thing for objects floating, because that also appears to be floating in that book up there. And another one I'll add to the pile, a reasonable length, likely to get through it. We'll see how far I get. But yeah, I'd say that's a pretty good haul again. So that was May's Abominable Book Club box. I think it is another killer box, pun intended. We've got 3 books, because I am considering that anthology to be a book, because it is essentially that big. In fact, it's almost thicker than the other 2 books I've got. Got another pre-loved book, which looks cool. Not one I've read. Excellent. Chocolate, stickers, badge, bookmarks. So good. So good. On to the bit that you've all been waiting for, the book reviews. These 2 books have come from previous book boxes that we have unboxed. One is from March's book box and one is from April's book box. And I'm very excited to tell you about them because I enjoyed both of them, but also because I've actually read them. And I felt like I was getting to the stage where I was about to do another unboxing and I hadn't read any of the books. So I read 2 of them this month and they were the shortest ones. I'll admit that's why I chose them, but I'm glad I did. The first book I want to talk to you about is Dear Laura by Gemma Amor. So this is essentially a thriller novella. It feels very much like a short story. You can see it's not particularly long. It is one of these print to order books from Amazon. But like I've said before, I think although obviously it's some form of exploitation by Amazon, I actually think this is really good because some books that get printed straight to order are books that wouldn't otherwise get read. And this book does deserve to be read. This book tells the story of a lady called Laura, who each year on her birthday receives an anonymous letter, which always asks her to do something for a little bit more information. She has also tragically lost a friend very early on in her life, and this story revolves around her journey to try and piece things together from her past and from the present. The author, Gemma Moore, uses a lovely little strategy of jumping from the past to present day, from chapter to chapter, to build the story up into a crescendo and into the final sort of segment where the reveal is made. This isn't a paranormal horror. This is more of a stalker slash slasher thriller in that kind of vein. So if you enjoy thriller books or thriller movies, or you're looking for something horror based that's quite short to read, then I would thoroughly recommend this. This isn't a book, to be honest, that I'm likely to read again. However, I did really enjoy reading it, and I like the way that it was structured. I like the fact that it had really short chapters. It was disturbing. It made me feel uncomfortable when I was reading it, and I would recommend you give it a read if you can lay your hands on it. The second book that I want to review is Tender is the Flesh by Augustina Baztereka. Now, I apologise up front if I've mispronounced that name. This book will stay with me for a long time. It was very disturbing. It was very dark. It was also utterly engaging and left me thinking about it each time I put it down. It's translated from the Spanish, but to be honest, you would not know. You wouldn't know. The translation's superb. It reads just like an English author. It's a rather unique style of storytelling. It doesn't jump around much, but you'll see what I mean if you ever read it. It is set in a dystopian world where it has been discovered that eating animals causes numerous life-threatening diseases and has had a severe impact on the human population. This has resulted in the government farming humans to eat and destroying all of the animals. So killing all the animals, farming humans to eat. We follow a character called Marcus that works in the slaughterhouse, and what the author does is creates a personal story for this particular character that also allows us to explore this dystopian world that she's set up. When I said that this book was dark, it is super dark. It's not paranormal by any means, but it is very dystopian, and it is horrifying in many senses of the word. It left me really thinking about lots of things. It left me thinking about, how meat is farmed and how it's consumed. And I also think it's very relevant. There's been obviously a lot of discussions recently about how a pandemic has come from, eating animals. And instead of just stopping eating animals, which would be the logical thing, I could 100% see humanity going down this path. So reacting in a way that, animals are responsible for, eating animals is responsible for disease. The best way to stop this disease from spreading is to kill all the animals, but we must still have meat. So I know, let's farm humans. What a terrifying thought. This book has stuck with me long after I finished reading it. It is such a highly recommended read. I've not read anything like this before. I'm unlikely to read anything like it again. I could see it being made into a film. It would definitely be an 18 or an R-rated film, but my word, I thoroughly recommend you pick this up. So that's it for another Abominable Book Club unboxing. If you would like me to continue doing these, please let me know. I'm going to obviously be receiving another box next month. I'm quite happy to do it. I may well have read a couple of other books by then as well. So yeah, if you want to see more, let me know in the comments below. Subscribe, like, do all the usual YouTube stuff, and I will see you next time. Bye! I need to do this a bit more professionally. Let's do it. They would rather die than become others. No, that's not right. They would rather die than become mothers, is what it actually says. Normally.